Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Well, we've made backpacks, so now it's time we made Dora. And I must apologise in advance. I have a head cold and I sound absolutely appalling. So my apologies for that. Struggle through with me if you don't mind, and we'll see if we can do this together. The colours you're going to need are brown, skin tone, pink, orange, yellow and white. And I've used one of these little bubble bands. I've never used a bubble band before, but I've used one of these little yellow bubble bands for her bracelet. I thought it might be a bit fun. You're also going to need the mini pony beads. They're a 7mm by 4mm. I'm using white ones, and I've drawn her eyes on with a Sharpie or a permanent marker. If you don't know what Sharpies are, I had no clue what a Sharpie was when I moved to this country. But there you go. Alright, so we're going to start with our single loom in the offset configuration. So columns 1 and 3 are lower than column 2. The part of the peg that is open is facing us, or the arrow is facing us if you're using a rainbow loom. We're going to be double banding, which means you take 2 bands and you place them together on the pegs like this. And we will start by doing her hair. Now she does have hair on the back of her head. This is a crafty ladybug technique, and for those of you who know me, I use it for all of my doll designs now. I absolutely love it. I think it is the way to go for dolls. I think it's brilliant. They just look so much better with hair on the back of their head, as would anybody really if they So we're doing the hair on the back. You'd look funny with hair just on the front of your head, wouldn't you? If you're going to have hair, you might as well have it everywhere. Well, not everywhere. I'll shut up now. It's the medicine talking. Alright, I'm using a single band and doing my crossover bands here. They keep everything together. They stop things from falling apart. So they join these 3 columns together by having that crossover band there. We're not going to worry just yet about this side. Well, no, we won't worry just yet. What we'll do first is we'll do 2 skin tone bands for her neck and a single skin tone once and twice. And we'll pop that just here. Now, what I'm going to do is dig down here, grab those 2 skin tone bands and loop them up, and then I'm going to grab here these 2 and move those top 2 to the side. The next top 2 go to their side, and then these 2 middle ones you go up and push those down because we have to put more on here. Now, to do the sides of her hair here, what we have is we have 2 bands going here, so there's 2, then you have another pair, another pair, and another pair, and another pair, so it's 5 pairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, but how we're doing it is a little bit different. 3, 4 and 5. So what we're going to do, I'm going to loop up this one here. You need to do these side ones. Just this one, okay? You don't loop this one in yet. You're going to dig your hook through the side here. Alright, so you're not going into this set of bands, but just this first set, you're going to do another pair here. Like that. Okay, so grab that, and you're going to get another pair, put them on the end of your hook, and loop through like a chain. You're going to grab, if you possibly can, the crossover band. See, it's here. There's the crossover band. You're going to grab that crossover band and put it on the end of your hook like that, so that it's trapped in the middle. So you've got the 2 loops, the crossover band, and 2 loops. Take your another 2 bands and pull through like this. Another 2 bands and pull through, and your last pair and pull through, and you're going to place these on this top one here. Not the very top in the middle, but this one on that particular column. Alright, let's do the same on the other side. 2 and 5. So I'm turning my loom around. I'm just going in these ones, not these ones here. Do you want me to zoom in a bit so we can see what we're doing? Alright, so you're going through this part here. Grab your first 2 and pull through and connect. So they're sitting there like that, okay, completely separate from these. Grab your next 2 and pull through. Now it's on these 2, if you have a look over here, pull this to the side so you can see. It's on those second pair, so this is our second pair, that we're going to keep hold of this end bit, but we want to use our hook and go under those 2 and grab the crossover band. Now if I do it like that, it's going to be twisted, so I'm going to just pinch it with my nail, put my hook through so it's not twisted, and put it back, put those other loops back on. Okay, grab another 2 and pull through, and these you're just doing a chain. Another 2, pull through, and your last pair and pull through, and again you're going to put those on this top peg of the 3rd column. Make sure I'm actually getting them all on there. There we go, like that, and they sit to the side, okay, they sit to the side of those pegs. I'm going to zoom back out again. Alright, so they sit out to the side so that we don't have these compromised. Push everything down because now we need to lay the bands for her face. Double banding, you're putting 2 here, 2 here, 2, another 2 here, from the center to the right, from the center to the left, push things down, 2 for her neck, the horrid band. Now what we're going to do, we've got to do these crossover bands here. That's another horrid band. Take a single band and stretch it over these 3 pegs as our crossover band, and then we're going to do a single band and we're going to twist it once, twice and 3 times to stop the eyes from falling to the back of her head. Now it's time to use our little mini pony beads. They're the 7mm by 4mm in white. Thread them on to your skin tone band. Now if you don't have beads, you can use, as I said in the backpack video, bands. Take a white band and loop it around your hook 4 times. That equates to 1 bead. Do the same for another one, and then you have 2, and you slide those on, just as if we were doing beads. Place them on, and you're going to part your band here and put the top part of the band above so it acts as a crossover band, like that. Okay, so that's quite a lot of work for the head, but that's how we do it. Now, an important part to do, the end cap that we have down here needs to be pulled out and over the neck band, so it sits on top of those bands. That ties in the back of her head to her face so it doesn't go walkabout. Alright, next we're going to use some pink bands for her t-shirt. So again, double banding. And we're going to come down 3 instead of normally where we come down 4. We're just going to come down 3. Let's make some arms. Take a skin tone, wrap it once and twice. It's a single, and you're going to slide it onto a pair of skin tone. That's our first pair, our second pair, our third pair, our fourth pair, and our fifth pair is going to be pink, so that it can be the sleeve of her t-shirt. Alright, we'll pop that here on the right hand side. On the left hand side we're going to do the bubble bracelet. So take a single, wrap it once and twice, and slide onto a pair, and we're going to slide onto another pair, but we're not going to reclaim. Okay, what we're going to do is take our bubble bracelet, alright, and I want to take this off first. Oops, let's do this arm again. Take a single, wrap it once and twice, slide onto a pair, and slide onto another pair. Now we're just going to take this off, so pinch this for a second, just pinch it with your fingers, grab your bubble band or whatever band you're using and put this back on. Alright, now we're going to take these sides off. We're going to put the bubble band in the middle, and we're going to twist it into a figure 8. Alright, so you've done a little twist with a figure 8, and you're going to reclaim, and then you're going to take one side, the side that is not, see how this one goes around there and then the other side is just in the middle. You're going to take the one that's in the middle up and over so that you have one either side. Okay, so that was our first pair, our second pair, this is our third pair. Get off. See, so it's sort of trapped like a little bracelet, like that. Our fourth pair, these are dodgy bands. I've got a batch of dodgy bands, I think. Fourth pair, and again our fifth pair is going to be pink to do the sleeve of her t-shirt, like that, and pop that on the end here. Now let's do some orange for her shorts. We're coming down one pair and two pair. I know it's difficult to see the orange and the pink, and then on the other side one pair and two pair and one pair and two pair. If you have them twisted, just try and untwist them. You don't want them too twisted. We're going to do skin tone, two pairs of skin tone, another pair here, and another pair here. Again, make sure they're not too twisted on each other. And then we will do a pair of yellow either side for her socks. Now for the orange, we're going to take another pair of orange and go from the center here to the right, from the center to the left, push things down. A single orange, wrap once and twice as an end cap right here in the center. Okay, and then what we're going to do here, we're going to do some pink, and that just defines her t-shirt from her shorts, really, I suppose. And I've gone at a downward angle for those, so it's 2 from the center to the left, 2 from the center to the right, and I'm putting an end cap here in pink. So wrap a single twice around my hook and pop that there. It's not really necessary, but I think it looks a bit better. take a single orange and you're going to stretch it across, because that's going to be the crossover band. And we're going to do another one here, and then we'll move to pink. I'm not doubling these bands on themselves. I'm just doing them. I'm not giving her a defined waist. She's a little girl. She doesn't need a skinny incy waist. Then with white, we're going to do her shoes. And we're going to do them in the same style that I do my normal shoes. So take 2, wrap them around your hook once and twice, and slide onto 2, but do not reclaim the end of your bands. Pretty these up so that they're as evenly spaced as you can. Slide that back down, and then take another 2, wrap once and twice, and now reclaim. And you're going to then slide all of those onto another pair of white. So there's our first pair. Budge these over like that. No, that doesn't look very pretty, so I'm going to just twirl it around my hook a bit, angle it, and pop that on the end of one leg. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side. A pair of white, wrap once and twice, slide onto a pair of white. Make sure that they're evenly spaced. Slide that down my hook a bit. Take another pair, wrap once and twice, reclaim, and let's take another pair and slide these on. I like to do the first 2 and then I do the wrapped ones. And you tend to get a better look for it if you sort of lift them over rather than roll them over. It just looks a little better. And we'll pop that on the end here of that side. So let's see where we're at. We've got white, we've got yellow, we've got skin tone, orange, crossover, 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 crossover. We've got arms, neck, eyes, hair, bracelet. I think we're ready to start looping up. Dig down. You're going to find these 2 yellow, I'm sorry. Just going colourblind for 5 seconds. And yellow. And loop up her legs. Stop when you get to the orange. What we're going to do now is dig down here, grab those 2 top orange, and loop those to the side. Do the same. Go through that end cap and grab those 2 top orange and loop to the side and loop up. We can loop these up, push things down. Again, what we're going to do is dig down, find those 2 bottom, loop up, loop up. Now I'm going to loop this center one up, and then I'm going to dig down past that end cap, and I still got the end cap there. Because I don't want it to splay open. Alright, I'm going to dig down past the end cap and I'm going to find the top 2 pink bands, and in my case they go to the right, and then I'm going to find the 2 that go to the left, and I'm looping them in a downward. You can see I've looped them down. We can loop these up and up. And then dig down here and find those bottom 2 pink on either side, and we loop up. Loop up the arms on either side. And you're looking for this little teardrop shape. That's a confirmation that you've actually looped something in. If you don't have a teardrop shape, you know that you've missed something, and everything will fall apart, which is not great. Okay, dig down here, find those 2 skin tone bands and loop them up. Now here, find your 2 top skin tone and loop to their corresponding side. Same for the next 2, and if it's tricky, you know that it just goes to the other side here. Just grab those and loop those to the side. The face, you always want to try and make sure that you don't twist the bands, because twisted bands on the face look really nasty. Let's dig down and find these 2 center bands and loop up and loop up. Just those 2 for the center. Now we're going to loop these 2 skin tone. I've got 1, let's find the other one. There it is. And these 2 skin tone. Now I'm going to lift off the top 2 bands from this brown pair, hold them out to the side. Digging down, I'm going to find the bottom 2 brown and loop them up, and then I will replace those 2, and then I'm going to loop these 2 in to the center, and that locks those into place. Let's do the same this side. Lift these 2 up and hold them out to the side. Dig down, find the 2 bottom brown ones and loop them up, and then replace these 2 brown like that. Dig down and loop to the center, and we loop this up to the center. You're going to need 2 brown, dark brown bands, and we're going to dig down past all of those bands, grab the 2 brown bands and pull up to the back side of the peg. Take the 2 closest to you up, over and off, and pull tight. Okay, I use the back of a hook to help ease off the loom. I don't like broken bands, and when you have multiple bands on one peg, the chance when you just rip it off your loom is that you're going to end up with something broken. If you don't have the back of a hook, you can just use your regular hook, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you get your hook out. So gently ease things off. I'm going to move my loom out the way. I'm just going to gently stretch her into shape. I tend to move the arms up and down so that the shoulders sort of are released a bit. Stretch her hair out to the side, down if you need to. As you know, with my figures I don't do mouths, but if you like to put a mouth on, I do have a video in my tips and tricks playlist on how you can add a mouth to my figures. We're going to take the tie-off loops and we're going to poke our hook in the space between her face and her hair. Poke it out up through the top here. Grab those 2 tie-off bands and we'll pull them back down so that we can hide them in that space between her hair and her skin. So there we go, hide those behind there. Stretch her face into shape. I mentioned that I was going to use a brown and a black Sharpie for her eyes. So I'm going to take a brown Sharpie and I'm just going to draw her eyeballs. And then I'm just going to do little black pupils in the middle. And then if you have already made backpack, you just thread her arms through. If you haven't made backpack, there is a separate video for backpack. And there we go. We have Dora the Explorer and little backpack. I really hope you enjoyed making. Oh, and the bracelet you can just pull either side to even it up if one side is more than the other. There we have Dora the Explorer and little backpack. Hope you enjoy making her. Take care.